Today, from r/LetsNotMeet, followed on the sketchy side of town. I've been on this sub for a couple years, had my own couple Let's Not Meet moments, but for some reason tonight I just needed to share what happened. For context, I'm in school still and work for a family member on certain weekends at a local college, selling concessions at a stadium. It's about once or twice a month and the stadium is off towards the edge of town. It's Friday night. I had just gotten out of school and I had to go straight to work. I get to work for 4 hours, half shift tonight, and my boss, my aunt, tells me we need more spoons for tomorrow's event. We sell ice cream, and these events have like 5,000 plus people at them. I say okay, I'll go grab them on my way home. The only store open with heavy duty spoons, all the way on the other side of town, and I still wanted to go meet up with some friends and mess around. I decided to take the faster but more sketchy way around the outskirts of town. I live in a weather bipolar state. It snowed last night, but I figured the roads would be fine enough even if they weren't plowed. I take off to the store and the first 5 minutes go by and nothing's wrong. I haven't seen a single car or any buildings the entire time. But keep in mind, it's approaching 9 p.m. and I'm on the outskirts of town, and no one really takes this way unless they really have to. All of a sudden, I see something in the corner of my eye, and it looks like a man, roughly 5'8" I'd say, wearing shorts, t-shirt, and a backwards hat. He's in the ditch, walking in snow, when it's 10 degrees out. My first thought is to pull over, but I'm on the phone with my mom at the time, and she warns me not to, as some things have happened before in this town. Example, a couple years ago, a college girl was found dead and rolled up in a rug, 2014. I consider stopping, but for some reason I tell myself not to. I wasn't really worried about anything. I'm a young dude driving a big pickup truck. Last type of person anyone would want to harm, right? I pass the man going about 40 miles per hour. Like I said, roads aren't the best. I drive not even 500 feet past him and immediately, a car that I did not see at all before turns on and pulls out of a field entrance off the road and starts to follow me. At first I thought I was focused on the man in the ditch and didn't see a road, and that's where they came from. But I later found out there was not a road there. Now, again, I'm not super worried. I've watched my fair share of crime movies and read plenty of stories on this sub, and I didn't feel it was a threat yet. I started to approach the town and have to take some turns to get where I'm going. I turn left. The car turns left. I turn right. Car turns right. I go around a roundabout and skip my turn and go twice as no one else was there. Car follows. At this point I start to worry a little, but maybe they just need to go to the store also. I then pull up to a stop sign. I wasn't on the best side of town either, may I add. I turn without my signal. The car follows. Now at this point I should have went straight to the police station, but I still didn't think much of it. I'm 2 miles from the store, where plenty of people will be. I take a few more turns and the car continues to follow me. I completely blow a stop sign at a non-busy intersection, and the car does a quick stop and go and catches up. At this point, I'm 2 turns till the store, so I'm still not worried. I turn into the store, and the car turns also. The store also has a gas station, so I pull up there first to act like I was getting gas. The car sits off to the side of the road, in between gas station and store, and just sits there. I wait about 10 minutes and the car doesn't move. At this point I start to get worried. I'm a young kid alone at night near the bad side of town. I call my friends I'm supposed to meet up with later on, and give them the license plate for worst case scenario, then take off to the store. I cross the street and the car comes straight behind me. I'm freaking out on the phone, not knowing if I should call the cops or not. I go and park as close as possible to the store, and the car parks 3 rows behind me and a couple down. It's getting late at this point and the store is closing soon. There's only a couple others in the lot. I turn my truck back on and go park on the opposite side of the lot. Get out, and I completely bolt inside the store. I'm not super overweight, but I'm not skinny either. I'm about 6'1" and 200 pounds. Who would want anything to do with me? I get spoons, take my time in the store. I go to call my friends to walk back outside, and my phone is dead. I look out the sliding doors, and suddenly there's a white van next to my driver's side. Looks like no one's in it, but the back windows are covered and it's running. Big red flag. I run to customer service and explain everything, but they think I'm some young kid messing around. At that time, I didn't see the original follow car, but no way in hell I'm going outside with that van next to my truck. After waiting what seemed like hours, 30 minutes, the van pulls forward, and the original car appears from the side of the building. You can see them from the in-store Starbucks window. They talked, and both drove off. I wait another 10 minutes and dash outside. I speed to my friend's house, and when I get there, I park in his garage. My one buddy asks why there's a big orange mark on my tire, and my heart sinks. When I was outside, the follow car must have marked my tire. After inspecting the rest of the truck, we find a small pipe dropped in the bed of my truck, surrounded by snow. It was about 2 inches wide, and I'd say about 18 inches long, wrapped in duct tape. It was not mine. I was alone, no phone, scared. In a part of town I'm not familiar with. I try to laugh it off, but now that everyone's asleep, I can't help but think what would have happened if I walked outside. I've always been sort of ego boosted on the fact that I'm a chubby fat dude that no one would want to mess with. But after tonight, I realize anyone can be targeted. So creepy men who followed me all night and waited by my truck. Let's not meet.